The first time the Athari diplomat met Captain Elias Ward, he thought the human smile was simply a cultural display, teeth bared in some predatory gesture. The Athari were prey-born, skittish by nature, and the idea of sitting across from a death-world species already pressed against every survival instinct he had. But over the months, as negotiations turned into joint patrols, and joint patrols into shared meals, the Athari learned that when a human smiled at you, it meant something more. It meant they had accepted you. The Galactic Archives had warned of humanity's contradictions. They were brutal yet compassionate, savage yet protective, capable of burning continents and yet mourning over a single lost companion animal. Many species dismissed those reports as exaggerations, relics of fear from first contact. The Athari diplomat, Valrin, would have dismissed them too, until the night pirates struck. The attack was sudden, efficient, and merciless. Valrin's vessel had been caught in a gravity net, shields torn apart before they could fully power. He remembered the way his crew screamed, remembered the bitter taste of recycled air filling with smoke. Then the humans arrived. Ward's frigate, smaller and older than the raider ships, slid between the burning Athari vessel and its attackers. The humans fought like creatures possessed. Their hull cracked, their cannons overheated, yet they did not retreat. Every time Valrin thought the human ship would fall, it lunged forward again, bleeding metal into the void but refusing to die. Afterward, when the last raider fled into jump space, Valrin sat trembling in a medbay designed for human physiology. His translator barely functioned, but he managed to ask, "Why? Why risk yourselves for us?" Ward had only shrugged, blood dripping from his temple. "Because you're family." Valrin didn't understand at first. Family was a blood bond to the Athari, a rigid concept of lineage and obligation. But to humans, family was chosen as much as born. It was claimed, and once claimed, it was defended with a ferocity no star empire could match. In the weeks that followed, Valrin witnessed what that word meant. Humans brought Athari survivors aboard their ship and treated them as their own. Injured Athari were tended not just by medics, but by crewmates who sang to them in strange, off-key lullabies. A human engineer gave up her quarters so that an Athari elder could have a warm, quiet place to rest. Children of both species played together in the cargo bay, inventing games that made no sense to either culture but produced laughter loud enough to shake the walls. The galaxy often whispered that humans were dangerous because of their wars. Valrin realized they were dangerous because of their love. It was unrelenting, uncompromising, and utterly unshakable. Word of the incident spread quickly. Other diplomats approached Valrin in secret, asking if it was true that humans fought for those not their own. He told them the truth. Once humanity decided you were family, you were no longer other. You were theirs. Pirates who heard of the battle began steering clear of human-protected lanes. Not because of their ships, there were stronger vessels in the galaxy, but because of the stories. Because raiders whispered of human crews who fought like wounded beasts when someone they loved was threatened. Months later, at a great assembly, a rival envoy sneered at Valrin's alliance. "You think the humans will not turn on you when it benefits them? They are predators. It is in their nature." Valrin only smiled in return. "You do not understand. I am family now." And the hall fell silent, for even the fiercest empires knew better than to test the wrath of a death-world species protecting their own. The truth spread like wildfire. Treaties shifted. Borders softened. Worlds that had once eyed humanity with fear now sought them out. Not for conquest, but for kinship. Not for power, but for protection. Because the galaxy had finally learned the one unbreakable rule about Earth's children. You could fight them, trade with them, mock them, even fear them. But if a human ever looked at you and decided you were family, then the stars themselves would have to burn out before they let harm come to you.